Hello, you are listening to Skipping the Queue. We're watching Blazar episode 3. Well, we watched episode 3 of Blazar, Ultraman Blazar.
We're watching it right now. Oh, shit,
we're watching it right now. Come back in half an hour when we've finished and the discussion will start. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
The Earth Garon has fallen.
Garon gang. Blazar episode 3 came out. It was broadly, because last week we set up the commander wanted Skard to defeat a kaiju with that before Ultraman could, and don't quite succeed this time, but they give it their all. They do their best. I assume it's one day they will succeed, but not this week. Ultraman has to save the day again. In the meantime, we get just a lot of shenanigans. The show funny.
Yeah,
the gang good.
It's good. There's good banter. There's good jokes.
I love them playing with the fucking like they're supposed to be doing like strategy like tactics things. They've set up a little city and they've got little figures on sticks that they're quote unquote strategizing with. They're playing with toys.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Gento is just like going making kaiju noises.
Yes. And the other guy's like, launch the VLS, and then just look up the missiles. It's so good. They had so much fun making this show.
Oh yeah.
You can tell. The highlight of this episode is Earth Garon gets to shine. They deploy Earth Garon.
It's such a good suit. It's like really good looking.
It's so fucking cool. I'm blown away by how cool this thing is. It's basically just a Mechagodzilla type thing. We get the whole specs on like the loadout that it's got. It's got a laser in its mouth. It's got guns on its arms. It's got missiles in its tail, or in like its spines.
Bando's like, he's just going through all the specs, and everyone's like, "Oh, so you're like the expert of this thing, right?" And he's like, "Not just built it. I don't know how to control it yet."
Yeah, he's no idea how to pilot it. The lessons for how to pilot it seem a little stressful.
He does have an entire phone book size manual that he hand wrote.
Hand wrote.
I do
Everyone
kind of like.
saying, "Oh, go ahead."
Oh, you just. I was just gonna say that the training scene is like that they do because like they're like, "Oh, kaiju's coming. We should be on standby and train." That's the context for the action figure fight. But you're going through the episode a second time. I noticed that a lot of the dialogue they were given in those scenes is like setting up the actual plan they're gonna do later, which I thought was like cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tight script. It's good. It seems like what Emmy's role is to be in contact with the civilians on the ground and be looking at the fight. That's what she do.
I mean, she sometimes does get a gun.
She sometimes does get a gun,
and she's very good at it.
She's very good at her job. I don't mean to dismiss Emmy's role. It's important, but we get a little more from I've forgotten what her name is. The other woman,
Henri.
Okay.
Her last name is Minami, which is what we called her last week. But yeah,
I see.
Henri, I realized this time was her first name because Gento's rules.
You have to use first names. Gento's rules. He's so silly. I love him. He's great. Yeah. The flip from silly to the fact that his silly and serious mode are the same mode is very good.
Yeah.
But we get more from Henri this time, who turns out to be she's piloting Garon.
Yeah. That scene is good because he's like, she doesn't have confidence in herself, and Gento's like, no, we're like, you're valuable. You should give your input. And she's like, oh man, this is just like a special forces operation. And he's like, what do you mean like?
Yeah, this is. What are you talking about? Wake up. The pilot seats. The set is really good.
Oh yeah.
I want to sit in that. I want to play with the buttons. Yes. Gotta have a launch sequence. It's just good shit.
One thing we should talk about is the flashback Gento has when he's at his locker. Where he meets Blazar.
Apparently, episode 1 is not the first time he met Blazar.
Yeah, I think some people were saying, "Oh yeah, there was an incident 3 years ago in like the first episode," and it's like, okay, maybe.
Oh yes, they were, weren't they? You're right. So that is probably what the event.
Yeah,
because he already had the stone in his pocket or something, right? In episode 1. Now that I think about it,
like he didn't. I don't know if he realized it, but he did have it.
Yeah. That's cool. Also reveal some kind of wife guy.
Yeah.
Which is always good to have a wife guy on the team.
Not for long though, because Gento's my boyfriend now. Sorry.
Rip. Oh, you're gonna fucking Kira Yamato over here.
I'm a homer.
The fucking seed cuck plot coming.
I do want to just trace back to the flashback again because it just needs to be pointed out that like Gento's doing like an evacuation, sees like a black hole with a being of light inside it, and his first reaction is like, "Hey, buddy, you gotta evacuate too."
Oh, I hadn't noticed. That's so funny. What a great guy.
He's so good.
It's fucking.
He just runs into the black hole. He's like, "Hey, we gotta get out of here, buddy."
Hey, you can't stay in here.
It's really good.
Oh man, Gento's a hero. I assume, like, you said you have notes. I don't have notes. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff.
Yeah. I have notes just because I watched the episode live, but I feel like when I'm watched live, I'm also like, talking with other people watch the episode, so I'm like not getting everything the first time, and it's like,
oh, okay,
yeah. So I go through a second time just to make sure I have like a better sense of what's happening because I think I missed some stuff first. Too.
I'm liking Blazar so much that it was 3:25 a.m. I was in bed, and I remembered, oh, Blazar was tonight, and then I was like, well, I can't go to sleep now.
Yeah, at that point, you're like, oh man.
Well, I have to watch it. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, so we haven't even talked about like the actual plot of the episode yet, which is fun.
So the plot of the episode is, like I said, we got the setup for they want to use Earth Garon to beat a kaiju before Ultraman shows up. And the kaiju for this episode is drinking something that's in water. Not drinking water, drinking something that is in water.
Yeah. It's called Titarium, and I don't know if that's a real thing, but it's like, oh, this is a new miracle energy source, and we have it like in refineries, all concentrated.
And the idea is that it as it consumes more and more of this, it creates energy within its body via fusion, and this could result in a huge explosion. A-level physics here kicking in, like high school physics here kicking in. I don't think you can cause an explosion with nuclear fusion like that. The reaction would just stop if it was released into the atmosphere. The reaction would just end very
Oh,
peacefully.
did you watch Oppenheimer this weekend?
No, I did not.
Did you watch Barbie?
I didn't watch either. I have done. No, unfortunately, I have been playing an MMO.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm having a nice time.
Yeah. The kaiju, by the way, is Taganular.
Taganular. Yeah.
I think it's noted. What do you think?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna continue with more. I was just gonna say, the brass seems to be like aware of it at the start of the episode, but they're like not actively dealing with it partly because it's not in Japan yet.
Right. Yeah, but it's on its way, and they will have to deal with it eventually. But yes.
Yeah, I think it was like what Teraki said. They're busy with like the cleanup from the last two kaiju, so they're not going to bother. They're not worried about. They're too busy to worry about the other incidents.
Mm-hmm. The kaiju itself is a big bug thing, and Anri not a fan. Doesn't like bugs.
No.
I'm with Anri. I had a nightmare with bugs in my room last night.
Oh.
They kept.
Is this related to you watching the episode? Maybe?
No, I just it. You know, I just had to mention bug for some reason. Bugs in my room now. They just despawn when I interact with them. They just vanish. They do magic tricks. It's very annoying.
This is an Ultra Q episode.
This is the
Phantom Bugs.
The Phantom Bugs. What happens is they figure out that the kaiju is going to attack a particular plant or something, or refinery, and Emmy infiltrates, posing as a rookie, interacts with a very enthusiastic scientist.
Yeah, very enthusiastic scientist, played by Tomokazu Seki.
Remind me who that is.
He's the guy who... He's an anime voice actor who plays, among other roles, Yazak and Seed in Viral and Gurren Lagann.
He's fucking... This is Kogami. This is Gilgamesh and Kogami.
No, wait. Oh, I got the wrong... Actually, yeah, I got the... Yes. Yeah. No, I got the wrong guy.
Yazak, voice actor.
Did I get the wrong voice actor?
I don't know.
You don't look up the name.
So I'm looking at Tomokazu Seki, who is I recognized is the voice actor of Kogami from Psycho-Pass and Gilgamesh from Fate. Two very different roles.
Okay. For some reason, I got the name Tomokazu Seki and then thought of a different voice actor who sometimes sounds similar.
Okay. I assume it was Seki that was in.
Oh yeah, this was Tomokazu Seki.
His first role on television anime, Tomokazu Seki. Fun fact: Tomash from Victory Gundam.
Oh no. Okay, he does also play Yazak. I was right. He does play.
Does he? Who am I? Oh, he is.
He plays Yazak and he's Domon. Okay. So those are his Gundam roles.
He's also in Inuyasha, I think. He's in an Inuyasha movie. Okay, never mind. So. He's Keisuke from Initial D. Holy shit!
Yeah, he's prolific. So you got Gomesh, you got Domon Kashu.
Yeah. He's Toji from Ava. We can't. This episode can't just be this guy, but
this guy. But yeah, yeah, he's freaking out and very eccentric, and he's like, "Oh man, the kaiju! Don't you know they're weird?"
I should go back and watch the episode again because I should recognize his voice. You should call someone a mongrel. It'd be good. Anyway, the attack happens. Scarred there's like some questioning in the teams, like, should we like get authorization to launch? And Gento's like, what do you mean authorization? We have authorization. We just launch.
Yeah.
And they launch Garon. And there's some like there's a cool moment where they want to take Earth Garon into the fray and like into like a melee with the into hand to hand.
Yes.
CQC,
because they don't want to use explosions, because otherwise the kaiju will explode.
It could blow up the kaiju. Yeah. And the like defense force. I want to say to TDF, but I know it's not the TDF.
Yeah. They're just bombing the shit out of the kaiju right now.
They're bombing the shit out of the kaiju, and the vice captain back at base can't get them to stand off, and Gento's just like, we're going in. And the bombers on the radio are like, well, this is going to be friendly fire. And Gento's like, well, then don't shoot.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like, it's just like, it's very straightforward if you think about it for a second. Don't shoot at us, and it won't be friendly fire. It's not going to be our fault. And that works. This is good.
Yeah.
Gento just a cool guy.
Yeah,
like,
he's explicitly like, okay, Henri, what's your plan? Also, you're piloting and doing the plan.
Mm-hmm. And when the fight starts to go south with Garon, and it loses power, there was a beat earlier in the episode where they talked about how to like restart Garon from outside the mech.
Yeah.
And Gento heads out to go do that.
He says his favorite catchphrase, which is "I'll go."
I'll go. I believe the English dub version is "I got this," which just makes me think of there's a giant bomb like East. Giant Beast like coverage of Mass Effect Andromeda, which is every time someone says I got this, it's like, oh no. It's like, you can't keep saying this. He climbs out.
Fun fact, some people made the observation that like the shot where Gento's climbing out of Earth Garon and onto its back is like sort of a visual callback to episode 1 of Ultraman, when Hayata comes out of the submarine that's been thrown on land.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun.
That's cool.
It's like one of those, like, blink and you miss it. If you know, but it's like not like essential.
I did not know. But now I do.
Yeah, I only know because people said it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have like even bothered.
Yeah. Instead of fixing the mech, he gets the call. He like Ultraman Blazar's on the line, like, yo, dude, you need my help? Hit me up. What are you doing? Blazar calls you up.
He's backseat gaming.
He's backseat gaming, and
then decides, okay, fuck it, I'm taking the controls now.
Gento's like, yeah, sure, let's go. And we have another fun fight. Because this time the gimmick is Scotchio. Blazar does not want to touch this kaiju. It's like, hot. And there's like some kind of help that Garon gives, launches like the rockets from the spine.
Yeah, so what happens is like Henri launches the missile, and then Bando at base aims them at the kaiju himself. So we got team efforts going on here.
Team effort.
Except for
the team is involved.
she's
that's fine. She's doing her job.
She's Wilco.
Everyone says Wilco now. She says Wilco, and what's his face is like, oh, so cool. Yeah. What's that? That's so cool.
There's a part where like Henri's like, got it. I mean Roger. I mean Wilco, and then she starts saying Wilco.
Yeah. This is the whole if people respect you, they start talking and doing the things that you do. They start imitating you a little bit. With the fight over, Nick, I forgot the biggest bit.
You forgot like the big set piece of the fight.
The big set piece, which is that the reaction inside the kaiju is kicking off, and it's about to shoot like a laser, and Blazar basically like pushes its mouth like facing up to the sky so that when it shoots the laser into the air.
Yeah.
It's this big cool moment. It's sick. It's a really good, like, it just looks cool. And then it's safe to explode the kaiju.
Yeah. He just like brings out the spear and just stabs it in like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. It's very cool, slick, smooth motion.
And job done. Kaiju dead. What happens after that? I don't remember what happens after that.
So first I'd just like to say I didn't realize I didn't have this thought until this episode specifically, but like the pose that Blazar does where he like stretches his arm kind of looks like a prayer almost. I think that's interesting.
Oh. Does it? Oh.
Just a bit. It has the vibe, you know?
Okay.
Just an interesting observation. After that, they're just kind of like chilling at the base and like, oh man, Ultraman beat it before we did. And then Gento's like, don't worry guys, it was a good effort. We'll get him next time.
Yeah.
And he's also like, you know, we're just like we're officially on reaction duty now.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, all right, let's all go for a run. And then Chiraki's like, we're gonna make a good team together. And then, you know, Gento's just sitting there sentimental and they're like, oh wait, you gotta come here too. And he's like, okay, I'll go with them. And it's good.
It's good. End of episode. ED plays. Preview. Did you watch the previews for the next episode?
Yes. it's
cool Emmy shit.
Yeah. It's looking cool.
We've got some investigating some shady corporate dealings. That's what we like. I contest that I put forward that it is very funny that the team is called the Reaction Force, because that is fundamentally all. I suspect every Ultraman is fundamentally a force of reaction. Yeah. Especially Ultraman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good episode. We get more from the gang. The engineer guy is a guy. He's a little goofy like everyone else.
Yeah. He'll get his episode.
It's nice. What's that?
He'll get his episode.
Yeah. I don't really have anything more to say about this episode that isn't just like me quoting bits.
Do you have something funny that happened this week?
What happened?
I don't know. This feels like it has to be a coincidence, but it might not be. Maybe there's some guy on the inside who's like doing a wink and a nod. But NASA made a tweet about like, have you heard of what a blazar is? And then posted about the scientific facts of blazars. And then the official Ultraman Twitter retweeted it.
That's so funny. Someone at NASA's a fan.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we don't have like a... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we also have color timer.
Oh, color timer. Hit me.
4 minutes, 22 seconds.
They're not honest.
They're not.
They are. It is cool. We don't have confirmation, I suppose.
Not in this setting, at least.
Not in this one. I suspect they just won't talk about it. That's fine.
The real one that I'm not going to bother checking is how many minutes does it spend blinking?
How many minutes does it spend blinking? This is God. Sometimes in Ava, I don't. I would have to go back and check how honest those 5-minute timers are when they're off the cable in Evangelion.
Ultra Q Ava coverage where we do color timers for the Evangelion.
That's it. We don't talk about anything else in the show. That's the only thing. Damn. All right. Well, unless we have anything else, I think we can call it there. These don't have to be long.
No.
All right. Well, join us next time for more Ultraman Blazar. For Emmy doing cool corporate espionage shit. That'll be good. And we got a new Ultra Q coming this Thursday. 3 more episodes of Ultra 7. Couple of them really good.
Oh yeah.
One of them especially. So,
I wonder who directed that one.
I wonder who directed that one. It's going to be really funny if there is anyone who skipped Ultraman because it was kind of and got to Ultra 7 and is like, oh damn, this episode is really cool. I wonder why. And then our coverage is just the return of the fucking king. Let's go. All right. I think we can wrap up there. Yeah. Plugs. If you want to follow the show, you can do so at Ultra_Q on Twitter. That is at Ultra_QUEUE. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at gender_redacted. Mel.
You can follow me at Dear Crowns on Twitter, on other sites too, with the same at. We have a YouTube, UltraQpod. That's not it. UltraQpod@gmail.com is the email that you send us emails to. Our YouTube is UltraQ, though. We have UltraQ Fund as a coffee page if you want a tip jar to help us get more shows we can cover, basically. And yeah.
All right. Well, see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Wilco.
Wilco. Yes.
Yeah, the hesitation is canon.